Hey guys, welcome back. Now yes, it's been a while since I reviewed anything. I've been pretty busy, along with a host of other reasons. But anyway, I am back, and this time we're going to review one of the coolest things ever and something that I've never reviewed before. I'm reviewing a smart bird feeder by a company called Lumary. So you might be wondering, what exactly makes it smart? Well, actually, this whole bird feeder actually has a built-in camera as well, which is really cool. Now, before we talk more about the features and the bird feeder itself, let's talk about the unboxing. And the unboxing, I would say, is quite a lot to talk about in itself. Now, when you purchase the bird feeder, you also get a solar panel, which is really great. So that solar panel, you can plug it into the back of the bird feeder, and this allows it to also charge during the day because obviously it's battery operated, so the battery will die. But with the solar panel, I can tell you that it's been plugged in, and I've been testing it out for weeks, and not once have I had to take it out and plug it in and charge it somewhere else. So that's really, really nice. Now, apart from the solar panel, you do get a separate USB cable if you ever need to plug it in to a wall outlet or to a power bank to charge or whatever. I haven't needed to do that so far. Now, there are a couple of ways that you can actually use or mount the bird feeder, and this is something that I really like as well. Now, first one, it gives you like an L-shaped bracket, a couple of screws, and a template, like a mounting template, where you can actually, put it up somewhere high, and drill it into place. So maybe like, in your house wall, maybe even a tree. I hope it's a tree in your own area. Don't just go putting it in a random public space. Now, another really cool option for you to mount the bird feeder is to put it on a tripod. Really great. I did not think about that at all. It actually gives you sort of an adapter, to mount the bird feeder, and it kind of looks like a base plate, so you can put it on your tripod. Really, really cool. I will say though, you're gonna have to check and make sure that that base plate will fit your tripod. My actual tripod here, the tripod head is a little small, so that base plate adapter was a little too big, which is unfortunate, but I'm sure if you get the right tripod head, it'll work fine. You can put it anywhere. I think that's a really cool idea. Now for me, because I live in an apartment and it's a rental, I can't actually drill anything to any wall, so I didn't use the L-shaped bracket. I do have a balcony, so I thought that was a good option, well, at first. But I have a table on my balcony, so I just put the bird feeder right there and hope for the best. Now, to be honest, actually, I'm kind of testing out this bird feeder at the wrong time. We are at the tail end of summer right now in Canada, practically going towards autumn. Some of the leaves are already turning yellow, and a lot of birds that were around in springtime, they're all gone. I'm guessing maybe they've migrated somewhere else warmer. But yeah, there's hardly any. Even from our balcony, we used to see a lot of house sparrows. We don't even see that anymore. So I was a little worried that, I wouldn't get to see anything, or the bird feeder wouldn't be able to pick any birds up. And I was right. Now, I did get to pick up something, and I'll talk about that later after a lot of effort. But let's talk about the build quality of the bird feeder first. Now, I absolutely love it. It's all plastic, don't get me wrong. It has a lot of space for you to put your bird feed. It has a little area, like a sort of a plate at the bottom for you to put bird feed. But the whole design of it, you have actual space around the camera where you can sort of fill up the bird feed so that you can put it where you want to put it and sort of leave it for a really long time. I think that's a brilliant design idea. Now, if let's say you were to mount it on a wall or on a tree, it does have like a, sort of a perch that they call it, that you can mount on the bird feeder. A really nice touch as well that allows sort of a landing area for the bird to stand on while he eats the feed. It also has a nice roof that you can remove whenever you want to top it up, and then you put it back. Now you'll notice that on the camera itself, on the top of it, if you tilt it down, you will see that it has a little button for you to switch the camera on and off. You also have a USB Type-C there for you to charge the camera, but at the back of the bird feeder, there is another USB-C port that is covered by a little rubber seal to make it waterproof. But yeah, so you actually have two options, which is great. So if you take out the bird feeder and you want to charge it directly, you can plug it on the camera itself. But if you use the solar panel, just plug it in at the back, put the solar panel wherever you want to. That's a really, really great idea. Now, yes, I did say it was a smart bird feeder. So the smart aspect of it is not just a video recording, but the fact that it comes with an app that you can download. And so in that app. Pairing it was super easy, and I think most products are really easy, but this one is no different. But once you pair it up, you can actually see all the footage that the bird feeder captures, which is really great. You can also do things like adjust the sensitivity, because yes, it does have motion tracking. So if it senses movement in the video, it will start recording. How long you record it, you can set as well. You can go from 5, 10, and 20 seconds, which seems really short, but when you actually capture something, it's actually all right. And yes, like I said, it does have motion tracking as well. So that's really good. You can actually adjust the sensitivity of the camera, which I actually did, because the way and the angle that I put it on my table in my balcony, whenever there was wind, by default, it actually goes on medium sensitivity. But when it was on medium, any tree movement caused by wind or whatever, it would actually, turn on the camera. It will record for the 20 seconds, taking up space. Overall, I think low might be the setting for me. It would vary for you depending on where you put it. Now, one thing I will say though, and I find this a little weird, is that it doesn't actually integrate with the Lumary app, which I already do because I've reviewed quite a few Lumary products. But you have to download a different app called Vico Home. Now, I honestly don't know why that's the case. Maybe it's because they're using a third-party app, or maybe they just rebranded a different brand bird feeder. I'm not sure. Don't get me wrong, the app itself is great. It even has sort of a premium option that you can pay for monthly, so you can have a few more added features. You can actually create a zone for that motion tracking, which is great and would solve my problem with the video recording while the tree is moving, because I would just draw a different path. Honestly, I wish that was free with the app and I didn't have to pay for it, but if you wanted it, I think it's okay. Now, having this separate app isn't a major red flag or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. It's just the sheer number of apps that I have, which make me find it a little annoying. Now, I have a ton of smart home products, and almost all of them have different apps. So on my phone, I've got 15 different smart home apps. Really annoying. And again, making it a different app with a different name, not Lumary, makes it a little confusing. So I hope in the future Lumary is able to integrate this bird feeder into their actual Lumary app. Testing out this bird feeder, like I said, has been a little bit more challenging than I expected. No fault to the bird feeder itself. So yeah, like I said, it really wasn't the best time of the year to test out a bird feeder, and I was right. I left my bird feeder out there for 2 whole weeks. Not a single bird flew in to eat. So the next best thing was I went to a park, or a couple of parks. So the first park that we went to was Edworthy Park in Calgary, a beautiful park that my wife and I frequent quite often. We love that place. It's really beautiful, and at the right time of the year, chock full of birds and squirrels and all that. So we thought it would be the perfect place. So we drove down, brought it out to a place where there weren't that many people, placed it near where we saw some birds, and we put it there. We stood very far away, and when I say far, I mean far. So there was no chance of us being a factor in case the birds didn't want to go up. But yeah, we were there, we waited really long. Again, nothing, and I was getting really worried. But yeah, after a while, my wife had an idea. She was like, hey, why don't we go to Princess Island Park near downtown Calgary, another place chock full of wildlife. And I was like, yeah, why not? Let's just go. So we went to Prince Island Park next, found a spot that we know has a ton of birds. Not maybe some of the spring birds. So we thought, yeah, this would be our best shot. And if it didn't work, we would actually have to try again next year. So we got there, waited for a really long time. Again, still nothing. I moved it to a different spot. Still nothing, and there were birds. There were even seagulls there, which I don't remember seeing in Calgary. But anyway, yeah, they would go and just walk past like it wasn't there. It was so frustrating. So my wife, again, being the genius between the two of us, put it in another spot where, we had some squirrels and birds there as well. So she went and put it there, waited a while, still nothing. But then finally, had this squirrel came in, looked a little suspicious, went up and down, looked around, and finally started eating it. And I got the footage. Now, yes, it's not a bird. Please don't comment and say that I don't know the difference between a squirrel and a bird. I do know, all right? But right now, because it's the time of the year and it was so hot, and for some reason, the seagulls and the magpies just weren't interested, this was the best, you know, and it gave me the opportunity to test the video camera. And it's okay. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed with the size of the camera. I expected video quality. Now, it does say that it has full HD 1080p, and the resolution is 1080p, which is great. However, it is very, very compressed, you know. You can tell immediately from the footage, it looks really compressed. Even in the bright sun, usually when cameras have bright sunlight or enough light coming in, the video quality is pretty good. In this case, I wasn't entirely happy. It wasn't awful, it's just not as good as I was hoping it to be. I mean, granted, that squirrel refused to stand right in the center. It's sort of on the side. But yeah, I mean, overall, I would give it a pass. I still think it's okay, especially for the price. I do wish maybe Lumary in the future, maybe you want to think of a full HD with a less compressed video format, or maybe even 4K. That would be really nice. All right, so let's talk about the price. So you can get the Lumary Smart Video bird feeder for about $190 US. You can get it on their website or Amazon.com US. I haven't seen it on Amazon Canada yet. Should be there soon, but you can buy it on the Lumary website. Now, I actually think for the price, it's okay, because I checked Amazon to look at some other similar products, and a lot of them that came with a solar panel were close to $300 US, high 200s, you know. So the fact that you're getting something with really good build quality, you know, at that price comparatively is a pretty good deal. And actually, if you use the promo code, you can actually get additional $40 or $40 US off the price. So that would bring it down to about 140, 150. So that's really great. So overall, I think you get a really good product for the price. Yes, I'm not happy that the app is not a Lumary app. I have to download a different one. And yes, I do think that the video quality can be improved. And by the way, on the app, if you look at the video quality, it defaults in SD or standard definition. I actually brought it up to HD and I still wasn't really happy about it. So again, if they came out with a different one with a higher video quality, I would be really happy with that. But overall, I think the price is pretty good. All right, so that about wraps up my review of the Lumary Smart Video Bird Feeder. Now, if you like this video, you know what to do, and I would love it if you would subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to receive notifications on our next video. I'm JP, and I'll see you real soon.